Hi, this is Anil and welcome to the video tutorial for the Learning Lad on C++ programming. So in this tutorial we're going to learn about the nested structures in C++. A nested structure is nothing but a structure inside another structure. And here in this tutorial we have included a new header file, string, and when we include this, we can use the strings in our program. Alright. And we're going to learn about the strings in the tutorial on them. Alright, now a nested structure is nothing but a structure inside another structure. So for example, let's say you want to store the information of the student. At that time, the student has the name, roll number, age, then the address, and this address contains many elements. For example, the house number and then the street name, etc, etc. So this address also contains some dissimilar elements. What we can do is we can group the dissimilar elements of that address under one name in a structure, and we can use that structure. So if it is confusing, don't worry, when you start writing the code it's going to be very clear. Alright, first we're going to create a structure called address. So it's going to be struct address, and as a members let's have int house number and then string street name. Alright, now we have a structure called address which has the house number and the street name, and then we're gonna define another structure. Let's call it as student, and the student structure has the members. Let's say string name, the student name, and then int roll number and the address. So here we have the structure address. When we define a structure, it's gonna be a user defined data type, and we can use that data type to create the variables. So here the student has the address, and what we can do is we can create a variable of the structure address. So it's gonna be address and then the variable name, and I'm going to call it as addr, short form of address. Alright, now we have two structures, and one is called address and another one is called student, and this structure student contains another structure inside it. So this is called nesting the structure. And the next thing is how to access the elements when we nest the structures. So here, just for the demonstration purpose, we're gonna create a variable of this structure student. So it's gonna be student, and let me call it as Anil, and we can initialize the members of the structure student using the dot operator. So it's gonna be Anil dot, let's say name equal to Anil, and similarly Anil dot roll number equal to 1 2 3 4, and then we have another member address which is also a structure. So to access the members of this structure student, we're gonna use Anil dot, and to access this addr or this address element, we're gonna write addr, and we know that this addr or this address is also another structure. So to access the members of a structure, we're going to use the dot operator when we refer that using the variables. So it's going to be dot here, and then house number, which is the member of the structure address. So it's going to be house number, and let's assign it with a value of 68, and then Anil dot the member of the structure variable student addr dot the member of the structure variable addr, which is street name. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here, and let's assign a value mg road. Alright, so now we have learned how to assign the values when we nest the structures. The next thing is accessing the values. So I'm going to use the cout, and if you want to access the name the member name, then we need to write the variable name Anil dot and then name. And let's end this, and I'm gonna copy this and paste it in the next line. And if you want to access the roll number, it's gonna be Anil dot roll number, and I'm gonna paste it again. And if you want to access this ADDR, you need to write Anil dot ADDR, and then this ADDR is a variable of another structure, and that's why to access the members of that we need to use the dot operator. And again, house number or the member name, and I'm gonna paste one more time, and this time it's gonna be ADDR dot street name. Alright, now we have nested the structures and also assigned the values to that nested structure and also retrieve the value from that nested structure. So I'm gonna save this, I'm gonna build and run this. So now you guys can see we have Anil, which is the name of the student, then the roll number 1234, and then the house number, which is the part of the address 68, and the MG road, which is the street name. So this is how you guys can nest the structure inside another structure. So this is it guys, this is how you guys can nest a structure inside another structure and access the members of the nested structures using the dot operator in C++. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you guys have any doubt or any suggestion, don't hesitate to tell us, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.